What's up, Jam fam? I hope you are having a great day. I'm sorry for this late post, this late upload. Been a little sick, and then started doing some other stuff. I was trying to think of ideas while I was sick. Since right now, I don't know if any of y'all, some of y'all know, but if no one's heard, Randonautica for right now is down at the time. I guess they're still doing updates, and that's fine. But I wanted to bring to y'all something a little different. See, I like doing scary stuff, so I wanted to bring to y'all, you know, a scary story or something. So, if anything, I hope that y'all like this scary story that happened. It really happened to me and some other friends, and it was a terrifying experience. So I want to let y'all know, and I mean, if y'all like this kind of content, you know, smash that like button, subscribe, and let me know. And thank you for all the new subscribers. Hey, I love y'all. Thank y'all for all the love and support that y'all are giving me. Like I said, if y'all like this, if y'all like scary stories and you want me to do more of this too, hey, I'll do that. You know, Randonautica, while it's down, maybe do some scary stories, narratives, or something like that. Let you know some experiences I've had, some scary experiences. So, yeah, guys, I hope you have a great day, great night, whenever you're watching this. And if you're going through a hard time, man, keep your head up. It's gonna be all right. Just keep going, but don't treat no one like they're below you, because anything can happen. So just keep your head up. Keep helping that person next to you, even if you don't know who they are. Give them a hug, go talk to them, high five, something, acknowledge them. Maybe they just want to talk, maybe they just want someone to see them. Alright guys, I love you, and without taking too much of your time, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments, and yeah, I love you. Thank you. That would happen 10 years ago at the Pecos Dam, or you can call it the Pecos River. But some things that happened to me and some friends. One night, a friend of mine called me and asked me if I wanted to go hang out, go drive around. So I said, yeah, that'd be fine. I asked him what time, and he said that probably won't be till about maybe about 2:30, 2:45. He wasn't sure, but we were gonna go out there and go smoke. Then the two of the friends that were with us as well didn't want to actually be in town because of the cops, and I understood that. And taking in mind, the guy that we were with that was driving, he had the brand new car. So that night that they picked me up, we went ahead and took off. Went out to the Pecos Dam, and it was pitch dark out there, no lights. We had some flashlights with us, but that was about it. So we started smoking, we started talking, started laughing. We weren't listening to music for some reason that night, but we were just taking everything around us. It was beautiful out there. It was nice, dark. You can hear the crickets. And about 5 minutes had passed. I'll say 5 to 10 minutes. I hear something on the bridge, and taking in mind, the Pecos Dam, it's a long stretch walkway there's nothing to catch you. It's pretty much two rails that are in between. There's nothing else to catch you. You'll fall over and fall into the water. Nowadays, there's just a bunch of wood that's just been thrown around because this massive flooding that happened not that long ago. But back then, it was just nothing but water. You can walk on the dam, and it was pretty nice. You can go on there and you can actually just open up the dams, and it was pretty cool. You let the more water out and just watch it flow. So that night as we were out there, when I heard something, I told everyone, hey, I said, be quiet. I was like, I hear something. And everyone got real quiet, and they're like, what'd you hear? And I was like, I heard like footsteps, but not really footsteps. They're like hooves. Like it was like a horse or something, but this was like 2, not 4. So I didn't think much of it. When the guy said that, he's like, you're probably just high. He's like, you're probably just tripping out. And I was like, okay, you're probably right. So we kept smoking, kept talking, laughing. And the guy next to me in the back seat, he's like, hey, I hear something too. And I was like, I hear the same thing. I was like, what did you hear? And I was like, before you answer it, I was like, use your fingers to pretty much show me what you saw, what you heard, and I'll tell you. He's like, okay, and he started moving his fingers, and it sounded like footsteps, and I was like, you're right. I was like, I heard the same thing. And the guy in the front seat again, he's like, you're high, you're tripping out. He said, there's nothing out here except us. So, we were thinking about it, just looking at each other. Okay, threw it off again. The guy in the passenger seat in the front, he heard something as well, and he's like, hey, I hear footsteps out there. And it's a cement slab that just goes all the way down across the dam. So the guy in the driver's seat, he's like, you know what? Let's finish this, and then we'll go out there, take the flashlights, and we'll go looking around. Okay. So we finished, and we all get out. He rolls up the windows, he locks the doors, and we start walking out there with the flashlights, looking around. And there's nothing out there. Like, we see no eyes, nothing. So we're wondering to ourselves, like, what was that? The driver is the only one that has not heard this yet. So he thinks that we're just either messing around with them, BSing with them, whatever. He's like, you're high. He's like, I keep telling y'all this. Okay. So we go ahead and just, start walking back. After we didn't see nothing, we went to the very end. Start walking back. As we got halfway across the bridge, he's like, hey, he's like, I hear something too. But when we stop, we don't hear nothing. So we're like, no, we don't hear nothing, man. We'll keep going. Kept walking. And then we start hearing, like, hooves, like, walking behind us. Or at the very end of the bridge. And we stop, and it stops with us. It's like it's mimicking us. And we weren't sure what exactly it was. So we start kind of freaking out. We start walking again, we hear it again. And it stops when we stop, and it goes when we go. And we keep shining the flashlights back there, and there's nothing back there. If something is walking behind us, we would be able to see it. Unless it's that fast that it just runs off or it jumps off. But we never heard any like splashes or anything like running to get off the bridge. And it was right with us, like it would stop with us and it would run, and it would walk with us. So it couldn't have taken off without us hearing it. So we don't know what it was. So we decided, let's go ahead and just walk back to the car. We'll get there and we'll hang out and we'll take off. Okay. We got back to the car, and the car is about 7 feet away from the bridge. So we got there, and we were just all talking. And one of the guys is like, hey, you know what? Let's finish up this last J, and we'll take off. We all agree, but we're all paranoid, wondering what that walking was, what those hooves walking on the bridge were. So we had all the windows rolled down like usual, no music playing, just us talking. But what was weird that night is that when we heard those hooves walking on the bridge before we got out, there was no crickets, nothing. Like all the life that was so lively out there, all the everything, crickets, they all stopped. And we could not to this day figure out what that was. So we were all talking like, what happened to the crickets? It's like dead silent. There's nothing going on out here anymore. Everything just stopped. And we were like, you know what? Maybe because we're high, our mind's playing tricks on us. It's letting us perceive what we want to perceive, and we're freaking ourselves out. So we started smoking, and this time the driver is the one that was like, hey, I hear something. He's like, I actually hear something walking on the bridge. He's like, I hear what y'all are talking about. And like, what do you mean? What'd you hear? And he's like, I hear like hooves, like walking. And we all listen in, and it's dead silent out there. We don't hear, like, man, we don't hear anything. He's like, listen. And we started listening again, and you can hear hooves walking, like just walking across the bridge. And the bridge is like, it's pretty nice and long, so we weren't sure exactly what it was, and we were too frightened. We were like scared. We got like halfway smoking the J, and we all stopped and we were just listening. And we still kept trying to put into our minds like, okay, our mind is still playing tricks with us. We're smoking, we're high. It's gonna happen. We're getting paranoid. Let's just chill out. There's nothing there. We keep checking even with the flashlights, and we still couldn't see nothing. And maybe about 15 minutes had passed, and it's maybe about 3:15, 3:20 in the morning, and we were there still smoking, and we finally finished, and you can hear it again. Like, it was getting closer to us. And I look at the time and I was like, hey, I was like, do y'all see what I see? I said, look at the time, and it's about 3:30, I think 3:33 in the morning. And I was like, that's not a coincidence, is it? I was like, yeah, I know what this hour is anyways. And we like, yeah, but let's not talk about it. And we could still hear the walking. It would stop occasionally, and it was just like if something was out there watching us. And like I said, taking in mind, this guy's car was brand new, about a week old, and you could hear the walking again. But this time the pace started picking up, and we started getting more freaked out. We weren't sure what was really going on, so we decided, you know what, let's go ahead and just get out of here. I was like, we're all freaked out. There's no reason for us to be out here. We're already done smoking. And as soon as he goes to start the car, it starts to like not crank over. You can hear it. Like, it was like, like the battery's dead or something. But this vehicle is brand new. There shouldn't be anything wrong with it. And he was kind of freaking out too. And so, I mean, all of us were. The windows were all down, and whatever was on the bridge walking started like going faster. And what was even weirder and stranger is that every time we try to shine our flashlights, like they would turn on, and as soon as we picked them up to look on the bridge, they would go out. Like, I don't know how old the batteries were that he had, but they would just go out, and we would like just shake them. Sometimes that would work, but this time it didn't work. So we were freaking out even more. We don't know what it was, but it was getting faster and faster. Like, it started running on the bridge, like it was just going. It was going. And finally his car cranks over, and he puts in reverse, and we took off out of there. And finally we got to the road. He puts in drive, and then he just takes off. The guy in the passenger seat said that when he looked at the mirror, that he could see something tall, dark, with red eyes just watching. And he wasn't sure what exactly it was, but he was freaked out. Like, it really scared him. He didn't want to go home by himself, so he asked to stay at someone's house. So like, He didn't stay at my house. I can't remember. One of the guys let him stay, but he was so freaked out. Years later, nothing happened to us, and we don't know exactly what that was, what he saw. We never looked behind us, but it was insane. It was scary. It was creepy. And the guy that saw this monster, beast, whatever it was, the devil, demon, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, that freaked him out so much, he moved away. But to this day, we don't know where he went, where he lives now. But it was so scary that I guess it made him move. And he never really told us much about what was going on. He just, every time times that we would see him, you can see that he was tired. He was paranoid, freaked out, like if he was on drugs or something. But he said that he wasn't on anything. So, we believed him. And to this day, we still don't know what that was out there. Well, we heard everything. It wasn't just in our minds. We weren't just high, but this was very real. It pretty much sobered us up, and we were hearing this. It was freaking us out to the point that we sobered up, and it was still going. And to anyone that wants to test out the theory or go out there at that time of night, that's all on you. You can do it. I don't know if anything will happen to you out there, but I warn you, don't go out there by yourself. I warn, just don't go out there. But if you decide to go out there, go for it. It's called the Pecos Dam, pretty much like the Pecos River. But you just gotta be on your toes. That's all I can tell you. If you really want to go out there and test yourself, test whatever's out there in my theory, or not my theory, but test out what I saw out there, what we all saw, and what we heard, or not saw, but what that guy saw and what we heard, then please be my guest. But like I said, I warned you not to go, and I'm telling you, don't go, because something can happen to you out there and nobody will ever know. You can just be another missing person. It was frightening. I mean, even to this day, I think that whatever that was on that bridge follows me, because things happen to me, even whether people were around or not around.